Good morning, viewers. For those subscribers, welcome back to the channel. If you've never watched my channel before, welcome to Seabreeze Rider channel. Today's trip is out to Sawbridgeworth. If you're not local, no particular route, but it's a nice twisty route through countryside of Essex and then out towards Hertfordshire. We're in convoy today, Anne and I. She's behind and she's riding her brand new motorcycle. Picked it up a couple of days ago and she's now riding a Triumph Tiger 900 GT Pro. So we're both on Triumphs today. Her first venture into the Triumph range. I've had quite a few and I've always rated them as reliable and well-made bikes. But like everything else, so there's so many nice motorcycles out there and there's not really a bad one anymore. So it's just really preference. So we went down to Lings in Romford, Triumph Romford, and they did the deal for us and it's very, very nice, and I'll show you around it later on in the video. Anyway, what's our route? Our route will take us through Great Dunmow and then through the Rodings, which are a series of small towns, and then out towards Sawbridgeworth. It's be about an hour and a half. We may even, this is a thought because Anne needs a long sleeved top for the summer. As she said to me this morning, she doesn't like wearing t-shirts with a jacket, she likes something on her arm, so we might go via Harlow to the Superbike factory. Sorry, no, it's not the Superbike factory, I've got that in my head. It's a shop in Harlow, which is the motorcycle shop in Harlow. It'll come to me at one point, but not important. So that's the plan for today. Sun is out and it's quite warm. So I would imagine traffic with people heading for parks and lakes and rivers and things like that might be a little bit heavy, but at the moment, on a Saturday, sun shining, it's about as good as it gets really. A nice easy ride. And I think I've got the wardrobe right today. I've got my mesh jacket on because it's a little bit warm, and although the wind just cools me off quite nicely, so but when we stop, that's when it gets hot. And the good news about the Street Triple, Triumph Street Triple, is that the engine, the heat off the engine, it isn't that bad. A lot of bikes, you know, you get this massive heat off the engine, but this one's really nice and it's cooled and it sort of dissipates, so I don't get hot legs, so that's good. Happy with that. Have got a bit of a GoPro problem, doesn't seem to want to turn off from the top, so anyway, it will be fixed, and occasionally I have to look in the mirror to make sure that it's on, otherwise it'll be a wasted time, won't it? Anyway, I'll speak to you soon. So we've just ridden through Chelmsford. I didn't bother videoing the boring bits, but traffic was not too bad. Got past Essex County Cricket Ground and then on a one-way system, and we're fine. So we're now heading out towards Rodings, the Rodings I should say. And what was I think I might have mentioned it before about Chelmsford. It's quite famous in its in the fact that Marconi built his first factory in Chelmsford, and that's really where radio started back in the late 1800s, early 1900s. So as far as history is concerned, just been made a city, Chelmsford. It's not a big city by any stretch of the imagination, but it has a lot of history, and it's in quite a nice part of Essex. So we're off to the Rodings on the A1060, which is a nice road, well kept, and if the traffic's not too heavy, quite good fun on a motorcycle. Obviously keeping to the speed limits, but there it goes between 40 and 60, so quite good fun.
ran away, because I ran away. If you listen to the words I say, you know that I'm okay. You know it's just a phase. Don't think I'm leaving, cause I'm not at all. And if you get hurt, it's unintentional. I just wanted you to realize that I'm the one you like, that I'm the one you like. So where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go? I don't know. Where do we go?
Whoa. She weren't going to stop, was she? So here we are, just arriving in Sawbridgeworth, and we're going to find somewhere just to have a spot of lunch, I think, as we've both been chatting to each other and agreeing that our stomachs are rumbling. There is a little river that runs through, and we'll try and find somewhere near there. I think it's up on the left somewhere. It's like a little antique place, so we'll do that. Don't get many level crossings, do we? Sawbridgeworth is obviously one of them. Okay, so that was our little visit to Sawbridgeworth Cafe. Now we're going to head off towards Harlow and the sports bike store, which is about, according to the Google Maps, according to Google Maps, is about 20 minutes away, but I am following my nose somewhat. But hey, won't be the first time, that's for sure. And I could use the good old-fashioned way and look at the road signs. That might help. So you don't always need a sat-nav. Takes the mystery out of riding, doesn't it, sat-navs? Yeah, it's a nice little area. I did want to get the drone up, but it was a bit residential, so I am mindful that may offend, and I don't really want to do that. Being a courteous and sensible rider and vlogger and droner, yeah, no dirty droning going on. So but I will find maybe a church. I might always like a good church with a bit of architecture and a little bit of history, and a little if it's got a nice little graveyard we can have a look at. Probably the wrong phrase, nice little graveyard, but you know, eternal rest and all that. And then we'll head back home. A short little video and short little ride out. Signpost to Harlow. Perfect. There you go, in his Google Maps. Traffic's not too bad. A little bit busy in town, of course, but that's to be expected. But generally we've had a nice ride. It's been traffic free. Petrol's a bit expensive around here, 147. Cool. I think we're only paying about 139 at home. So such a variant of petrol taking a monopoly and different companies. Amazing. How can you pay 138 somewhere and 147 somewhere else? You obviously need to shop around. I think Sawbridgeworth is quite a pretty little town actually, generally. But this time of year is really nice in the UK. We're just coming into early birds of summer. Really green. We've had some really glorious weather over the last couple of weeks, but of course that'll probably all go Pete Tong when we run out of water like we normally do. and then we have to have a hose pipe ban because we've had 10 days of sunshine in a row. Sorry, I might be a bit cynical about the mismanagement of our water system in the UK. Who knows? But there you go. Hopefully we can have a nice summer and water. That'd be great. What would we do if we were Spain? I don't know. They seem to always have water. Oh, we could desalinate. We're an island. What about that one? Oh, that's probably too expensive. Anyway, heading towards Harlow. Now, last time I was in Hertfordshire on my MV Augusta, I hit a pothole, and I didn't know I'd done any damage at all until I got to work and someone pointed out, if you had a look at your front rim, and when I looked at it, there was a great big bend in it. Anyway, I did a bit of research and I thought, do I need a front wheel for an MV Augusta? And I thought, that's going to be very, very pricey. I don't know how much. I never did get a quote from Crazy Horse, but it was probably going to be in excess of 700 quid, as even a Triumph front wheel is going to be 600 plus, so add about £300 more than for MV Augusta. Anyway, that wasn't going to be an option, so I went to plan B, managed to take the front wheel off. I got the bearings taken out by S&D Motorcycles in Brentwood. Robert Work took the tyre off, and I was left with the front wheel. I took that to Rolling Rims in Great Dunmow, and they did a brilliant job. Repowder coated, took the dent out, 90 quid, Bob's your uncle. By the time I'd put the bearings back in and the wheel back on, it was all good to go. It cost me about 160 quid, so that was a lot of a cheaper option than that, but there you go. So thank you Rolling Rims for saving my wallet. I think this guy is permanently parked. I'm not sure whether he knows that, so I'm going to go past. Okay, I don't know how long he's expected to sit there. Funnily enough, oh, he's followed us out. Yeah, that would be because the guy had... Now, it was a bit of a giveaway, that, wasn't it, really? I know I was talking and jabbering away, but when I looked, I thought, hang on a minute, it's going to be there forever. Why are you parked behind it? So we managed to get to the Sportsbikeshop in Harlow, no problem. And now we're going to head back. Oh, I don't know, maybe the 414, I think, 414 all the way back. What we might do is do a little stop on the way back to review Anne's new bike, so you can have a look at it. We got to do that when we were filling our face with cake and coke. Yeah, it was a bit disappointing, really. Couldn't get anything for her in the sports bike shop, but we'll try again later. Okay, key on. Yes, unfortunately that was a slightly unsuccessful shopping spree, as there was nothing really that matched what Anne wanted. She just wants a long sleeve t-shirt, and everything they had was base layers, but which is obviously a little bit too warm at the moment for a base layer, but yeah, there you go. It is what it is. And then we'll head back towards the 414. So we'll go right here. Yeah, we'll go right here, and then that will take us up to the main, and then head back via Ongar and pick up the 414 to Chelmsford. I hate this roundabout. I really hate it. No one indicates, and it's far too small. and you can never get out. So Sportsbikeshop Harlow, take that note. You've got a really shitty location for your store. And the access route is really, really bad for a motorcycle anyway. There are potholes everywhere. I suppose there's not a lot they can do about that. It's probably owned by the management company, but when you're on a motorbike, you do not want a pothole.